I found out that my GF of 9 months is part of Mean Girls type clique and am reconsidering the relationship. I met this girl I'll call Katie at a school event about a year ago, and we really clicked and soon made things official. I understand that I saw things partly through rose-colored glasses, but I really like this girl to the point that I started thinking she might be the one. We just match well on every level, have similar hobbies, but importantly, I thought she was a really good and kind person. Now something happened that really made me reevaluate things. We were sitting in bed, and she was texting and laughing about something. I glanced at the phone and saw the Tinder profile of a guy, which made me think WTF. When she went to take a shower, I am not super proud of this. I admit I snooped given what I thought I saw, and checked her phone. When her phone opened up, it turns out that she wasn't on Tinder, but rather on a group chat with some friends, and the Tinder pic was a screenshot. Of course, that was a relief, but the rest of the context was just as bad in some ways. The group chat was basically a one-topic channel, where the theme was roasting the guys they hooked up with or were dating. And it was very explicit, talking about specific guys, together with their pics, and joking about their inadequacy in bed or even how ill-endowed they were. As far as I scrolled, I wasn't featured on there, but I saw Katie herself write really mean comments, e.g. about a guy her friend was with who got emotional during sex, basically calling him a pathetic loser. I was just shocked to read those comments, because it seemed so out of character for her. When she got back in the room, I fessed up to the snooping and confronted her. Surprisingly, she wasn't really mad, but she also wasn't remorseful in the least. She said the chat was with her closest friends, and they always talked about everything. I told her I thought it was really fucked up to talk this way about other people, especially since it wasn't just randos. I recognized a few mutual friends discussed on there in an explicit way, and I am sure they didn't consent to that information being discussed. But again, she got really defensive, said those were her closest friends, and what they talk about is their business. I asked her if she talked about us as well, and she refused to answer. The conversation kind of tapered off at that point since we both realized we were too emotional and not getting anywhere, but I still feel very uncomfortable with the situation. I am afraid to be overreacting, but I am very seriously thinking about ending the relationship. I can't believe I am dating someone who thinks it's okay to treat other people this way and join in the public humiliation of people who did nothing wrong. But I would like some outside perspective from others if they've been in any kind of similar situation or if they think I am blowing this out of proportion. TLDR, my GF is part of a kind of group chat where they roast guys they've been with, including by sharing private information. The situation makes me extremely uncomfortable to the point that I want to end the relationship. Update. This all actually happened a few days after my original post, but things have been pretty hectic since then. But I wanted to write a quick update since I got some useful advice in the first thread. The best advice was to insist on seeing the chat one last time to see if she had written anything about me. She initially said no, because it also has private information about her friends, etc., etc. But I basically said if she doesn't let me see the text, it's over, and she reluctantly agreed, but told me to keep in mind that this was a year ago and how much we grew as a couple since then, blah blah blah. I scrolled to the period when we started dating, and yes, sure enough, there I was in the texts. It actually made me feel really weird reading other people talking about me. Right around the time we first slept together, someone asked her if I was better than some guy, apparently a former FWB of hers. Without missing a beat, she fires back no, that it was kinda disappointing because I was nervous and had some performance anxiety, and then actually went into detail about what we did. She knew I was feeling anxious since I hadn't been with anyone in a while after a bad breakup, and she was supporting in person, so it felt extra shitty that behind my back she was complaining about me. A friend of hers even mocked me, and she said nothing. Katie saw the look on my face and tried to tell me again that we grew so much and things became really good when we got comfortable with each other and connected. She even showed me a text where she said that to her friends. But honestly, at that point, I was already done. I asked her to move out, and after a bit of drama and nasty words, she moved her stuff to her mother's place. As others said, I have no doubt they are not talking shit about me together, but honestly, I could not care less what those pieces of shit are chattering about. I just never want to see any of them ever again.